Thank you guys, stop. There is no reason for cheering because unless you've purposely turned a blind eye to the situation, you know we are living in a historic moment on the war for equality. People from all 50 states and around the world are protesting in support of Black Lives Matter, and we as South Asians enjoy Black culture to its fullest, while being one of their worst oppressors ever. Tell me if you've ever been in this situation. Mom, I'm looking for a wife on Tinder.
Oh, wonderful, but make sure she's not BMW.
Your mom isn't talking about a car. Because let's face it, brown parents would love if you could marry a BMW. It's got money, status, and seats that will give them a massage. But for those of you that don't know, BMW means Black, Muslims, and whites, and are part of the guidelines that South Asian parents pin on their children when it comes to marriage in the States. And if you're not Hindu, at the very least you've been told you can't marry a Black person. These kind of statements or ultimatums are racist in nature because what we're telling South Asians is that we're better than Black people, and that's why they can't marry us. And if we don't challenge our parents when they say stuff like this, then we're just letting the racism continue on. And that's why by the time we get to college, and brown boys, I'm looking at you now, we think it's okay to say the N-word, when it's absolutely one of the worst things we could do. And by using that word in our hush circles, or even when blasting music, we become covertly racist. And brown boys, look, I get it, it's a fun word to say, but let's contextualize what this word actually means. We were never slaves in this country. We have never felt oppressed the same way that Black people have. When we go for a jog, or when we're sleeping in our homes, we aren't afraid that cops are gonna come in and shoot us. So out of respect for the Black community, stop using a word that was used to oppress them, that we have no ties to, hard R or not. And Rajesh, I don't care if your one token Black friend gave you the N-word pass. That doesn't stop it from being offensive to an entire community of people. So here's what I'm proposing. We have plenty of two-syllable Hindi words. Bacha, beta, kutta, mitr. Why don't we use one of those instead? I mean, doesn't betas in Paris hit different? And look, we listen to rap music, we dance to hip-hop, we appropriate Black clothing and hairstyle. We enjoy as much of Black culture as we can, while secretly being closet racist behind their backs. And that needs to stop now. There's a great Insta post on how we can be better allies for the Black community. I encourage you to find it, check it out, and read up more on the subject. But that's not enough. We can't simply stop being racist. We have to become anti-racist. And that means fighting racism wherever and whenever it pops up. And look, putting a Black tile on Instagram isn't doing much for the cause, especially because I know half of you are going to remove it today because it'll ruin your Instagram grid. We need to do more. Protesting is still the best thing we can do right now, but if you can't do that, still get in touch with their local protesting groups to see how you can help. Protests take planning if they need supplies, food, water, baking soda, med kits, you name it. And if you can get out of the house but are too afraid to protest, then stand guard in front of the supplies so that the cops don't destroy them. Oh yeah, that's a thing. I want to reiterate how much the Black community needs us right now. So if you can't help protest, organize, donate supplies, guard them, you can still help drive people home and help them evacuate. Or provide them shelter like this South Asian hero did.
Are you giving us shelter?
Yeah.
We're okay here?
Yeah, you are.
Is everybody in this house okay here?
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. If we were to sleep here, is that okay with you?
Yeah, as long as it's
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Rahul Dubai saved the lives of almost 70 protesters fleeing from police brutality in DC by opening up his home and providing them shelter overnight. But if you want to remain a keyboard warrior, stop using the Black Lives Matters hashtags. You're only clogging up the feeds of those people who already believe in the movement and are searching that hashtag to find relevant news about their protest. And trust me, your reflective post about how racism is wrong, visualized by an iced coffee, isn't helping anyone, Priya. That coffee wasn't even Black. You're just showcasing your privilege. But you guys are tech savvy and smart. Use social media in our favor. Weaponize it. The underground hacker group Anonymous activated Koreans and the like to flood the white supremacist hashtags with K-pop. So instead of being able to search for Blue Lives Matter, white supremacists on Twitter were instead greeted with the faces of BTS. And if that doesn't make them less racist, I don't know what will. Oh wait, Bollywood. There's no reason we also can't flood their feeds with Bollywood content and memes. So here's what I suggest. Pick your favorite Bollywood picture, write something positive about the Black Lives Matter movement, and then use one of these hashtags to flood their feeds so that they can't see content that enrages them. There's no reason we can't turn our Mogambo into a hashtag Magambo. Okay, so you're not at the protests and you hate Bollywood, but you're still wondering how you can help. Donate. You just have to decide whether you want to donate to a national movement or local ones, such as protests in your city, bail funds, or GoFundMe campaigns to help stores rebuild. Everything helps. But the most important thing you can do while sitting on your toilet. Call or email your local mayors, senators, and governors, or other state officials, and let them know you support these protests, and demand that they end police brutality. That means banning the use of tear gas and rubber bullets. Tell them to defund the police and put that money towards other community initiatives and education. And last and most importantly, ask for an independent review board to be created to handle police misconduct. And guys, listen, this isn't going to go away in one night. While all 50 states are unified in protesting right now, there's no nationwide bill to be passed. Instead, each individual state will have to pass legislation to hold the police more accountable. And we can't stop protesting until they do. This is just the start, so pick up a sign or a cell phone, but it's time to get activated. We've got work to do. Hello, Mayor. I want you to support the Black Lives Matter movement.